All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a classic physics showdown, motors versus generators. Now, I know what you're thinking. They look almost identical, right? But believe it or not, they're polar opposites. Let's get into it.
When you first look at them, it's super easy to get them mixed up. They're built on the exact same physics. You've got magnets, coils of wire, current, the whole shebang. But their jobs, completely different. So, what is the real difference? That's what we're here to figure out. We're going to put them head-to-head to finally understand how they work, why they're different, and most importantly, how you can tell them apart.
Okay, let's kick things off. To really get a handle on this, we have to start at the very beginning, with their fundamental purpose. What is each one actually built to do?
So this table really just lays it all out, nice and simple. A motor takes in electrical energy and gives you motion. Think of a simple electric fan. You plug it into the wall and boom, the blades spin. A generator does the complete opposite. You give it motion, like the wind spinning a turbine, and it kicks out electricity. They are perfect mirror images of each other. And that's a huge clue about the deep connection between them, which we'll definitely circle back to later.
Right. Let's talk about the part that, let's be honest, trips a lot of people up, especially if you're studying for an exam. You've got magnetic fields going one way, current going another, and a physical force pushing on things. It can feel like a total mess.
So how on earth do you keep track of which way everything is going? Well, turns out the answer is literally in your own two hands. We have a scientist named Fleming to thank for giving us a couple of simple rules to sort it all out.
Okay, so for motors, it is all about your left hand. Go ahead, try it. Stick out your thumb, your forefinger, and your middle finger so they're all at right angles, kind of like a little 3D axis. Now, here's the really cool part, the trick to remembering it. FBI. Your thumb is the force, your forefinger is the magnetic field, and your middle finger is the current. FBI. See? Super easy to remember.
And for generators, yep, you guessed it, just switch over to your right hand. The fingers mean the exact same thing. Thumb is force, forefinger is field, middle finger is current. The mnemonic here is just as simple. You always want to use the right generator, not the wrong one, right? So, whenever you're generating a current, you use your right hand.
So here it is, the absolute key to knowing which hand to use. For a motor, with your left hand, you start with a current, and you want to find the force that it creates. The current is the cause, the force is the effect. But for a generator, with your right hand, you are applying a force, you're spinning the thing, and you want to find out what current you get. The force is the cause, the current is the effect. It all comes down to what you're putting in and what you're trying to figure out.
All right, next up, let's talk about this really clever little piece of hardware that looks the same in both devices, but actually has two totally different jobs. I'm talking about the split-ring commutator.
This little component is an absolute mechanical genius. At its heart, it's just a reversing switch. But what it's reversing, and more importantly, why it's reversing it, is completely different depending on whether it's sitting inside a motor or a generator.
Okay, so in a DC motor, the commutator's entire job is to keep the thing spinning. Think about it. Without it, the coil would just flip over once and then get pushed back, just rocking back and forth. But the commutator is a game changer. It reverses the direction of the current in the coil every single half turn. This means the force keeps pushing the coil around and around in the same direction, giving you that nice, smooth, continuous rotation.
But in a generator, it's a totally different story. Any spinning coil naturally produces alternating current, or AC, where the flow of electricity flips back and forth. Well, what if you need a steady, one-way direct current, or DC? That's where the commutator comes in. It acts like a brilliant traffic cop, flipping the connection to the outside world at the exact same moment the current reverses inside. The result? The electricity flowing out is always going in one direction. It's a mechanical AC to DC converter.
Okay, so we've covered their main purpose, the hand rules, and that tricky little commutator. Let's put it all together. If you're studying for an exam, think of this next slide as your ultimate cheat sheet. So, to recap, if you remember anything, remember these three things. First, the energy conversion. Motors go from electrical to mechanical, generators go from mechanical to electrical. Second, the hand rule. Left hand for motors, right hand for generators. And third, the commutator's job. In a motor, it's all about keeping the rotation going. In a generator, it's about making sure the output is direct current. Got it? Good. And all of this brings us to one final really cool thought. The fact that you can spin a motor and get electricity, or feed electricity to a generator and make it spin, well, that's not just a coincidence. These devices aren't just opposites. They are literally two sides of the very same coin. It's just a beautiful physical demonstration of the incredibly deep and inseparable connection between electricity and magnetism, and that is something worth thinking about.